Switch it on, light the night. Pixels flash, shining bright. Dreams they play, take their flight. But 4K's nowhere in sight. Switch it, flip it, feel the rhythm. No 4K, but it's a given. We groove, we move, no need to doubt. It's the magic, feel it all out. Cartridges spin, we don't stand still. Memories made with that old thrill. Limits there, but the fun's so bold. Tech might fade, but the stories hold. Switch it, flip it, feel the rhythm. No 4K, but it's a given. We groove, we move, no need to doubt. It's the magic, feel it all out. Oh, sakura skies, dancing in code, mountains of dreams we've all been told. It blooms, it shines beyond any spec. Together we climb. What's next to check? Switch it, flip it, feel the rhythm. No 4K, but it's a given. We groove, we move, no need to doubt. It's the magic, feel it all out.
Got a plumber hat, slinging like a pro. Gold coins jingling, everywhere I go, stacking castles. Yeah, that's my mission. Jumping blocks, call it fiscal ambition. Fireballs fly while the profits ignite. Princess got the stash, but the bills feel tight. Spin the pipe. Yeah, cash underground in the mushroom kingdom. I reign profound. Super Mario money. I want it all from the tallest tower to the dungeon hall. Koopas can't stop me. I'm making it rain. Got a mansion of gold and a legacy to claim. Power-ups pop, my wallet expands. Taking those mushrooms, money in my hands. Nintendo cooking, stirring up finesse. Switch to dreams, upgrades, no less. From 8-bit coins to pixel fame, every jump's got purpose, ain't playing no game. I'm the boss of bosses, stacking the vault. They say it's greedy, I call it results. Super Mario money, I want it all from the tallest tower to the dungeon hall. Koopas can't stop me, I'm making it rain. Got a mansion of gold and a legacy to claim. From 8-bit coins to pixel fame, every jump's got purpose, ain't playing no game. I'm the boss of bosses, stacking the vault. They say it's greedy, I call it results.
Game over.
Super Mario money, I want it all from the tallest tower to the dungeon hall. Koopas can't stop me, I'm making it rain. Got a mansion of gold and a legacy to claim.
It's turbo time.
Yo, what's up, grinders? How you doing out there? Hope you like some of those tunes right there. Super Mario Money, actually, Coins for the King, as we call it here at the Gaming Grindhouse. That song had released right before this show as a kind of preview to get into this one. So enjoy that song there as a gift to everybody that watches the Gaming Grindhouse. VIPs, don't worry. I won't forget you. You got some good songs coming your way, as well as Ultimate Grind is getting all the songs Got some good ones there. But yo, grinders, it was a wild day today. Woo-wee. Money, 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 money. Money, 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 man. Welcome, everybody. How are they doing? How you doing? Wild Wolf, Terran, Chocofol, Nintendo Greed, Down. Ryan, what's up? Play Beyond. There's a lot of emotions going on right now. Mad Joe, Michael Meridian, Lucci Sky. How you doing? Jack K, how you doing? Josh Ayers in the house. Wild Wolf, Liquid Data. What's up, man? How you doing? Pedro Martinez. We got Unchained 1990 with the $5. He goes, Xbox handheld has zero chance against the Switch 2. It's already a wrap. I'm telling you, man. I said it before in my tweet earlier, in my X message. I said bad timing for Microsoft to be talking about portable consoles now. Man, it is an uphill battle. Nick says janky in 15 days. Buck Rogers, what's up, man? How you doing? 450 for a Switch 2? Yeah, we'll talk about it, man, because we are going to break it down. Nintendo money, man. I never thought I'll see Nintendo red turn green, because that's all they want is green money, man. And hey, I don't think we're going to start this off. First, we'll just do some of the things that were announced. But the main preface to this whole thing is not just the prices and the cost of all there. It's what the value to the cost is. Like, that's kind of where we're going with this. Like, it's really like the prices, yeah, they're up there. They're getting up there. But is it worth comparative to what is going on in the gaming industry to what they are charging and what they want in their world? I think that's where a lot of the kind of back and forth I've seen that been going on is really just kind of like what they're offering and what they're charging versus what's available and what prices of things are. And I think that's like a Nintendo tax. Oh, damn, we heard it here first. Heard it here first.
Where that box is in the name of our...
There's no box here, Phil. We got a Switch. But the thing is that that's where I think a lot of tug and pull has gone. So let's just go right into it, Grinder. So hit that like button. We're getting right into this thing of this Nintendo Direct. Will the real Jez please stand up? I repeat, will the real Jez stand up? What's up, Ken? How you doing, man? Yes, all right. Hit that like button. Don't forget, Nintendo got involved with the ABK. Nintendo said we sold 150 million. F your couch. That's right. Darkness, I'm putting my mud on your couch. My darkness. Oh, man. Yo. They had no chill today, man. No chill. That's why I just had to make that video of the guy just like putting out his hand. He's like, doom, doom, doom. I know those tariffs went out today, too. People be shaking in their boots. Oh, I'm telling you, I think, yeah, I got a lot to talk about on this thing. So let's get into it. Let's get into, first off, what some of the highlights of the Nintendo Direct, if people living under the rock, of what happened today. So, it started with Nintendo Direct at 10 o'clock. Oh, 10 this morning. By the way, VIPs, hit that. I did a count. We are officially, that's how many. We hit 77 more VIPs. We'll get that emoji. And you know about those emojis. They're voting on it. And the Juicy Glazed is winning right now. So just let you know that is accurate. I did check it. That will give us the next emoji of the next member milestone. So just by the way there. And yeah, we're not doing goals tonight. We're rocking. We have plenty to talk about here, but definitely, I'll play that song live. We get some goals there. Never a dull moment in these gaming streets. That's right, Nick. So Nintendo came out there and cooked. And again, I'm not gonna play a lot of their stuff from here because I don't know Nintendo. They'd be greediness, but so Mario Kart World was announced by these dudes. These are my Mario Money dudes. So these dudes showed Mario Kart World. So that was one of the things that showed up today. And, Mario Kart World, it's basically it's an open world type thing. There's a free roam mode. There's also, you go from one racetrack to another one. You could drive right to it. And it looked pretty damn good. Like, definitely looked good. I said it reminded me almost of the arcade game. So I remember you a little bit of the arcade game that was out there, but this is what it has. It's they're gonna have a Mario Direct on April 17th, and they're gonna have more about it. So it looked really good. I was like, okay, good. And you know, they teased it a little bit as they were going through it. So, you know, as they teased the Switch about a couple of months ago. Then came what this magical C button does. And you could probably say, you know, it's not the 3C button, but it's pretty damn close to it. It's not the 3 Cs. Grinders, hit that like button. It's not the 3 Cs. It's a 1C. But what does it do? It opens up a party chat. Yes, Nintendo finally has come together and made party chats. And this, so this, so you can see party chat pops up. First of all, when you hit the C button, it pops up this party chat thing, which I don't know why those big boxes take up your entire screen and the gameplay is like that. Like, I feel like it should be more of an overlay. It's one big C. That's right. A big hairy C. Pause. But I don't know why it will make your gameplay, your game area smaller for big boxes at the bottom. You know, I don't know if they're promoting the next thing, which I feel like we regress. I feel like we went backwards, Grinders. I feel back we went backwards. I'm like, party chat, but look, it takes over your screen. So like no overlay, like Jesus. Like somebody wrote, I was like, wait till they check out, wait till these people find out about Discord, like overlays and stuff like that. I just don't understand why they showed it like that there. They said you could resize it. Good. They should resize it to it just being an overlay. Neil said he camped at the store this morning. So they finally got party chat, and they also have basically you could share your gameplay, like share, but not take control, but share play. Basically, show your video. So basically, you can show them what you're playing. And Nintendo got no chill, man, because they showed this thing as screen sharing at like 10 frames on this demo, dude. They show this thing like they show this thing just lagging along at the bottom. Nintendo's like, dude, if it's in beta, alpha, cousin's former roommate, look at it at the bottom. It is lagging. It is, people are jamming. You know, I don't know what frame rate it's running, but man, that is not pleasurable. Turn off that gameplay, sir. Turn off that. And then it's like, you can make it in a big screen. Dude, I'm like, look at this guy. Look at the frame rate on this stuff. Oh, the lag. I don't know what it is. Hope it has enough RAM. Hopefully this don't destroy. Look at the yo. Look at the streaming at the bottom. Like, it is just rough. Like, watch, and you can make it full screen. Look at this thing. Yo, who wants to see that running like that? Like, look at this. Yeah, Nintendo got no chill, man. They're like, yeah, run it in alpha, beta, cousin's former roommate. Who gives a shit? Like, yo, like let it just like lag and frame rate at 5 frames. And I'm hoping that it's doing that because of the internet. I hope it's not doing that because of the system's capabilities. I don't know. But that is not a very appealing feature when you look at how rough that, like, even the bottom, like how, like, you wouldn't want to enlarge that. And again, considering what we have available now, you know, considering what the PlayStation could do with share play. It's been doing it since the PS4, sharing screen, taking control, sharing the whole game, playing a local co-op game over share play. That's been available since last gen on the PlayStation 4, and they enhanced it on the PS5, even having a picture-in-picture overlay that you could move around or snap to the side. But Nintendo got this thing running at a really bad whatever they're showing here. So it looks very antiquated, and you know, it doesn't look like something that you would want to kind of share your screen on and do that and run all 4 of those at the same time. Then came the hum of all dingers. Hum of all dingers. Grinders, I thought we were, yo, and look, they're still showing. Now they have a mic. So this is, yo, I feel like this was like almost like an Xbox One commercial right here. I thought that this was like an Xbox One commercial. I even talked to my son, you know, I showed it to my son, the 13, he was watching this thing. He's like, is this old? Like, I'm like, no, this is what they announced today. He's like, what? He's like, oh, they put a mic in it? And I was like, yeah, but the mic is actually in the head. Like, unless you get the Pro Control, the mic is actually in the Switch. So we're back to yelling at Kinect. Like, yelling at our console to chat. So I'm like, yo. This sharing screen and this. When I saw this thing, I like myself some tech.
Hold on.
Okay.
Holy Spirit, activate.
Oh, no.
Holy Spirit,
no. Oh, no.
activate.
That is a beacon.
Activate. Activate. Activate.
That is a beacon. That is not a subtle camera. That is not a cool, like any, like it doesn't even have a Nintendo charm to it. Like, yo, they could have made it like a turtle shell or something like that, or anything. Dude, this thing is what the hell? This looks like the old school PC microphones. Do you remember when you used to get your old computer, your old desktop, and it came with like a microphone that was like a full ass microphone with a stand? It was like a little microphone that you would talk into. That's what I thought. This thing is a pillar. There's no Nintendo charm to this. There's no, dude, they could have made this the Sky Guy. Like, I am sure people are going to print mods for this thing or do something, because that looks, for the amount of time they've been talking Switch 2, we've been hearing Switch 2, that looks like some bogus shit right there. I don't know. That is a beacon of Nintendo-ness. I don't know if they're supposed to put that behind the Switch block, but dude, they brought back this this beacon of a camera. People were criticizing Kinect, how big Kinect was. Kinect was sleek. This thing, what the hell is this thing? This is not even like an iToy. This thing's a beacon on your next to your TV. Insane. And then grinders, and then the principal office PA mic for Bristol. That's exactly what it looked like. The principal office, like, all right, everybody stand up for the Pledge of Allegiance. Like, what the hell is this thing? Oh my God. Like, what is this?
The two Utes. Two what? What was that word? Two what?
What?
Did you say Utes?
Yeah, two Utes.
The two Utes.
Oh, excuse me.
And I just want to preface this to Grinders. Of all the prices that we got today and the cost of everything, our good friend, Mr. Tower in the Wind, principal microphone, spy camera galore, we don't have a price on this thing, and I wouldn't be guaranteed the prices that we're seeing. This thing's not at least $100, or maybe it's got to be 75. I don't know. Let somebody saw it. Let me know if you know the price of the Switch camera. We know the Andrew Wilkins with the 6 months. Thank you as a VIP grinder. He goes, that thing is the size of a leg lamp in the Christmas Story, dude. Fragile. You get this thing. It says fragile on it. Andrew Wilkins. It says friggin' fragile. That's what it says on there. Let's say it as our members get in here. Let's update our member goals in here as we get the VIPs coming on in here. So every little bit counts. So let's get you to the 19 there. Get you up there. Thank you. Yeah, exactly. Wanna with the 2. You go Switch camera light incoming. We all know it, dude. They're gonna make a "we heard you" version of the Switch camera light. They put out something that's bogus. Jessalyn Lee says $50. $50 for this camera. Let's see what it does. Grant, I was in like, yo, Nintendo got they don't care. I am very surprised that they don't give a shit about resolution, about dude. This is like look at the resolution of this thing. What is this? Look at these people's faces. It's ultra zoomed in. Yo, they're fuzzy. Yo, you're better off hooking your phone up wirelessly to the Switch. Dude, Nintendo got no chill. No chill in this laggy ass gameplay with video people's heads Dude. When I first saw this, I was thinking like, yo, maybe Nintendo's going to be open up to streaming now and stuff. But dude, this is horrible. This is like, yo, 10p. This is a goddamn Mario 10p. This is incredible. This is ridiculous. I was like, yo. And I don't know. First off, how's this girl playing? She don't have I guess she has the camera pointing to her, watching her play it handheld. So the camera just like, I don't know how this girl's playing with the camera on the right, because I thought the camera has to be USB'd into the Switch. If she's holding the Switch, then how's the camera working? Nintendo, what are you doing?
Stop it! Stop it! Stop it! Stop it!
Helmet, what's going on? Sanders, what's going on? It's Mega Maid. She's gone from struck to blow. What? They're getting all their air back. Do something. Do something. Do something.
I don't know. I don't know how this girl's playing on the Switch on the right-hand side with the camera on when the camera's supposed to be plugged into the Switch. Josh, you mean that she's sitting on the couch with a USB tethered to the camera? Holy shit. Oh man, she got the camera tethered to a Switch. I guess you could rock with that. How USB'd into the dock, Bronze? The dock doesn't work wirelessly with the Switch. The Switch has to be docked in the dock. The only way that this camera's working is that she has the Switch plugged in to the USB camera, so she's playing remotely with a USB camera attached to it on the table. That's the only explanation of how that camera is there. And I love how these cameras are super zoomed in. Meanwhile, this camera is going to be where your TV is. So who the hell knows what Nintendo's cooking in this whole thing? And everybody's back. Playing with those little... I cannot play with those little ass controllers there. Just look at the screens at the bottom. And this is a next-gen feature. This is the Switch 2, goddammit. This is not no Switch Update Edition. This is the Switch 2. Look at the frame rates of the videos that these people are playing down there. Holy crap. Why would you want that? Look at it. Yo, look at this game that they're playing. Look at the Super Mario World. Look at the frame rates of what are you watching down there? Why would you want that lag on the screen? And yo, I was like, did we come back to connect? What are we doing here?
Sir, do we get
I was
to
like,
win,
yo,
sir?
what are we doing here? What are people jumping and we are back to Wii Sports again? Holy sh...
We're doing it for a shitload of money.
Yo. They say Nintendo's in another world. Dude, they are in goddamn Mushroom World. Be aware of your surroundings. Wear your wrist straps with adequate room during, they're bringing this Wiimote bullshit back with the camera on. Yo, man. Yo.
We ain't found shit.
Yo. So I was just like, yeah, no. And I'm going to give you a little, Yeah, play anyway. Okay. Yeah, that was very, very weak. And it's all behind their wonderful Switch, their Switch subscription. There. That was a very bad, that very bad feature for something, again, that's been around. Something very old that's new. And the thing is that, look at this camera over here. Like, look at the camera. Look at this setup. Like, the Switch turned into a beast of just stuff. Like, that is a huge camera. Like, why didn't they just put the camera on the Switch? Why didn't they just put the camera right at the top of the Switch, and then you could use the camera when you're playing it, like at in your hand, or you're using it when it's on the dock. A little camera up top on the hardware, just like all these other friggin' portable devices have cameras, or the laptops have a camera. Why wouldn't you put the camera in the Switch? And then you could play the friggin' DS had a goddamn camera attachment. Like, they had mobile cameras before. Why wouldn't you just build it into the hardware? Then it actually makes sense if you're holding it and you're playing it on your lap, like as a handheld. But you gotta, you have to bring this friggin' this camera tower with you? Very weird. No, not on top of the Switch, wanna. Built into the friggin' thing. Built into the thing. Like you have your Legion Go, like the camera's inside at the top of the screen, like your phone. Like a selfie camera. Yeah, the Wii U the Wii U handle. That's what I mean. I don't mean stick it on top. I mean actually the hardware itself have a friggin' camera. Because then when you take the Switch and you hold it in your hand, you actually could use the cameras there as you're playing. Like that thing over there. You don't want a camera on your Switch? Well, Nintendo's trying to sell cameras, and that's what this is all about. It's good that it's a 50, and then that's the other problem, too. This is always the problem when you have a camera accessory that's $50. You're not going to have all your friends on the screen like that because it's an extra accessory. So it's silly. It's silly. The camera thing, it's old news. Like I feel like we're back in the beginning of the but I'm just saying if they really wanted to use the camera and the camera was a big deal, obviously that's what they're promoting here with their UI, like just build that shit in there. That's right, Bad Temper. I think it's time. I was saving it for the other one, but we'll do it twice. What are we doing here? Goddamn back in time. Where the hell's Michael J. Fox and the flux capacitor? Nintendo. This happened before the Switch. Where were you? And wait a second. I don't see somebody in here. Wait a second. I don't see somebody. I need answers. Where is he? Grinders, go get him.
Hey, Ron. Where are you? Where is Ron right now?
Where he?
No Ron, huh? Well, you better be sick, dead, or mute, Ron.
Where are you, Ron? I need to see where Ron is. He needs to explain this shit to me. That we went back in time. Goddamn Huey Lewis.
Ron.
Where are you?
Where are you?
I need explanations.
Where is Ron right now? No Ron, huh? Well, you better be sick, dead, or mute, Ron.
Where are you, Ron? I need you in here. You gotta explain. You gotta explain this shit to me, Ron. You gotta be explaining this whole contraption right here.
Ron. Where are you?
Where are you? I need answers about this. What the hell is this camera is that is the shit. That camera is fucking whack, dude. You'll have people hiding behind couches. You have this thing in the front of your house. Somebody watches TV, they're like, yo, what the fuck is that? What the hell is that big ass thing staring at me for? Oh, that's our Switch camera. It's when we play games. It takes our resolutions at 10p and puts our face next to some Mario characters. It's great. The kids love it. It's wonderful. What the hell is this? You walk in, that's a conversation starter right there. That's a conversation starter right there. This guy got a goddamn camera. The Switch 2 camera. Holy shit. Where is he?
Ron.
Where are you? It's available the same day as the Switch. Dude, they lost me at this. But then, Grinders, they really lost me. So, this one, they did talk about this game share thing, which is something from, I remember, the Nintendo DS. When you had Mario Kart, you could, like, share it out and stuff like that. So that's nice. And then they said it's a 1080p screen, 120 frames, supporting HDR. Welcome, Nintendo. Surround sound. And what else they said? The 120 frames, which I want to see what games do. They have the bigger buttons. The inside, those little mini buttons, those SLRs or whatever the hell those other things are bigger. Magnetized, as we know. And then that big ass button is a release. So they did add the bigger SLSR buttons, thank God, because look how small these things were atrocious. I didn't even use them. They were horrible. But now they're this big. And you could see, here's that little infrared thing for another gimmick that they got cooking. And I got to grind about this because there is definitely, Nintendo's going to get some work right now because I'm not happy. Not happy with certain things. This, Grinders, you're going to take this controller. Marty McFly's here. Yeah, he is. What's up, Marty McFly? Back to the future. Yo, this gotta be the bogus shit I've ever seen. This mouse control. You're going to take this controller and rub that shit. You know what this does? I didn't even hear Hall Effect control. This said bigger thumbsticks. They didn't say Hall Effect at all. So I don't know if these are the same drifting ass controllers. Dude, this mouse thing, this is going to eat the shit out of your controllers. And if you give this to the kids and they're doing this a mouse, dude, they're going to be rolling this thing on the concrete. They're going to destroy the friggin' insides of this controller. You're going to take the sensitive connecting parts for the magnetic parts where this thing connects to your switch, and you're going to rub this shit all over the goddamn place. You're rubbing that shit all over the place. No, the kids are going to be they're going to be destroying that thing. I could just see somebody taking and putting it on the we're playing outside, rubbing that shit like a mouse on the concrete. It's done. And then they're going to be selling repackaging of these things the next month. You're going to be buying these things every goddamn 2 weeks. You take the part where it connects to the switch, the most important part to control the stupid ass console, and you're going to rub that shit all over the place. That's their feature. That's their feature. Oh, they're going to sell Nintendo mouse pads. Man overboard. There you go. More accessories. More accessories.
We're doing it for a shitload of money.
Insane. Nintendo, I thought you were smarter than that, dude. I thought you were smarter than that. Take the goddamn controller, rub that shit all over the place. My God. Man, oh man. Improved speakers, whatever horse. Yeah, improved from what? From tin? From ass? What? Improved? It's been what? Goddamn 12 years? 11 years? Improved sound? Nintendo, please. Nintendo. You're cooked, man. They talk about what's up, Dog Zone? Talk about a company that just built in improved sound. Improved from what? Speakers that you made 11 years ago? A built-in microphone. And that's another thing. You got a friggin' 7.9 inch screen, so it's bigger, and you're gonna pop up that chat box. Look how much that chat overlay takes up. Look how much this chat overlay. Look at this. Who's going to be playing like this? You're on a 7.9 inch screen. You just gave yourself now like a 3 inch screen. That's right. There you go.
I have an exciting life now. Breakfast to go. You're going to love my nuts. Watch this.
Breakfast to go, man. You're going to love these nuts. I thought I was going to see some Dolby Atmos. No Atmos. They got it's a me surround sound. There's your microphone. Look, they put the microphone in there. But no camera, but microphone.
You're my #1 customer.
This is friggin' ridiculous. It was crazy. That mouse thing, 3D audio gives us... they're introducing 3D audio. It's not even licensed Atmos or their own Nintendo surround sound. It's just let's talk about 3D audio. And then the other thing that we're going to find out later in all the shit that Nintendo's going on, man, they are definitely, especially out to Craig the Tech Guy with the 2. He goes, Nintendo told folks to get ready for cheek busting. Dude, they're cheek busting, no lube. Oh my goodness. They're telling them right now.
An exciting life now. Breakfast to go. You're going to love my nuts. Watch this.
And what's crazy is that you look at this, and every little thing has a little memo at the bottom that says 3D audio available in compatible games. 3D audio support via the built-in speakers requires a system update. All these caveats, we're going to see this, and I'm going to tell you how you won't get screwed again from goddamn Nintendo, because I'm going to tell you, I remember the Switch, because I was there at launch. I had my own launch Switch. I'm going to tell you what they do here. War wanted the 2. He goes, Nintendo did it. They checkmated scalpers today. One good thing Nintendo did, I like that they get your email and they see your account and they see how long you played, and supposedly you'll get an email if you are in the favorable group or something like that. But they're telling you what 3D audio is. No license official. They added a USB to the top. So it is definitely a bigger console, 7.9, which is wonderful. And then these are the updated features. Look at this, Grinders. It does have 4K. 4K 60 in supported games when it's docked. So thank God. And they put a fan in it too. Stop the bulging. Because remember when you put the old school Switch in there, it will get heated up in there, and they started bulging. So they put a fan in there. That's very nice. And also too, they got the better thing. And then there you go. Some Nintendo Switch games may not be supported or fully compatible with the Switch 2, and we'll show you that list. So there you go. So this whole thing, there's a list right now of a bunch of games that are having troubles. We'll get into those. Then let's see what he said. This guy, and then this thing. So this is their free application. It's basically a tutorial of the features of the console. This is what Nintendo decided to include in for free. Where are my magnets, dude? You use this you probably wouldn't even use this when you get this thing. This is an area of walking around tutorial, and it's included. Look at this, Nintendo. What they went. I'm just saying they went a little too. Oh, it's not free? Wait a second. This is not free. They gotta pay for this thing. Oh, because this is not the free one. Holy shit. So this thing is like a demo. It's not free. How much is this shit? They're charging for this tutorial? Holy shit on me. What the fuck? What are we doing here, you fucking Nintendo?
We're doing it for a shitload of money.
Holy shit. How much fucking is it? You buying that bitch? How much fucking is it? Fucking Nintendo! What the fuck is wrong with you? 40 hours!
Swinging like a pro, gold coins jingling everywhere I go. Stacking castles, yeah, that's my mission.
Holy
Jumping blocks, call it fiscal ambition. Fireballs fly while the profits ignite. Princess got the stash, but the bills feel
fucking
tight.
Nintendo, piece of
Spin
shit.
the pipe, yeah, cash underground in the mushroom kingdom.
It's $90.
Super Mario money, I want it all. From the tallest tower to the dungeon hall. Koopas can't stop me, I'm making it rain. Got a mansion of gold and a legacy to claim. Power-ups pop, my wallet expands.
Oh man, dude, that's wild. Dodge, look at these friggin' games, dude. This costs $40 goddamn. Yo, I see Sick is in here. Yo, Sick, I have the Discord open. Get your ass in here. I gotta hear some cooking. I need some sick cooking in here. Holy shit, even everybody, GC, remember 24 months, it's just not free. Sick, if you want to jump in here, yo, like I said, they went two back, dude. Look at this. Yo, this is like this survival mode, dodge the spike balls. This is what they put in here. Yo, a Maracas physics demo. Holy shit. Look at this. Wipe your ass mode. What the hell is this? This is the booty mode. Look at this. Yo. This is messed up. So all these little, I thought this shit was going to be included. This is not even, look at this. Recalibrate. Oh man. Yo. And this is what I'm going to tell you, right? So this is, here comes a thing. Nintendo, they do this shit up front. They'll take this stuff right now and show you, oh look, waggle the maracas, bitch. Oh, play golf with it, bitch. They do this. This is what they do. If you remember, they did the same thing with the Switch 1. They come out with a couple of hokey dokey bullshit WarioWare stuff that uses maybe the vibration. Remember the vibration? I remember the Switch where you could take the controller and they had that mini game. They had arms, the game, and they basically you could feel the ice cubes inside the controller, the vibration and the 3D rumble. You could feel all this horse shit. And now they got some bullshit here. Well, oh, look at the mouse game. Look, you could use the magnets and the mouse. And guess what happens? After a few months, nobody uses that shit. Maybe Ubisoft does, but then they're done. There was never arms. Remember arms? Dude, the arm, like, oh, yeah, I'm going to stand there and I'm going to punch with one arm and punch with the other one. And they're kind of... This is the same thing. Oh, look at the little mouse golf game. Dude, that's the last time you're going to see a golf game with a piece of shit mouse. They're going to destroy your control like this. There's no mouse pad or anything. Look at this. And this is what they do. And they do these little tech demos like this. And then in another few months, it's gone. You guys know what's so funny? Is that if this was such a big feature of this console, Where the hell was the utilization of it in Mario Kart 8 and the Donkey Kong game? And the upgrades that they were doing. So the upgrades, except for Mario Party, which is a bunch of mini games. If this was a big feature, this mouse shit with the Switch 2, how's Mario Kart using it? And I think it's the stupidest thing because, like, what do? You're playing the game in your hand and what? You rip off the goddamn controller and you put it down and use it as a mouse? It's not a good transition from playing it handheld and then what? You rip off the controller and then you just like, it really is not going to work in those games like Mario Kart and stuff like that. Like, it's not going to work in a game because you're not going to rip off your controller and then go to mouse mode while you hold your Switch in one hand and do that. Like, the mouse functionality is the most stupidest thing. Just like remember the IR that was in the controller where you could kind of remember people were using it in what the hell was that mini game that they had? The Switch 2 Switch or something like that? That they had the IR in the control on the right hand controller of the Switch 2. And it was where you could put it in your mouth, you open up your mouth, you go and you close your mouth. Remember all that was like goddamn 11 years ago. Nothing ever used that shit again. It was like they had a little IR thing on it. This mouse thing is stupid. And the fact that you're taking this thing and you're rubbing all this shit. You're rubbing the buttons. You better have a flat surface. You're rubbing the buttons, the magnetic connectors, the other connector. You're rubbing all the internals of that controller on 1, 2, 3 switch. Thank you, Dan S. It's been so goddamn long ago. But you're rubbing all the internals of this freaking controller on the ground. All the SR button, the magnets, the connector, for a little IR thing. And you're rubbing this shit on a table. The most important parts of the connection to the Switch. See if you start wearing that shit out, if it even locks back into the Switch again. Use it on some abrasive shit. And for kids, man. For kids, these are not like, the kids are going to, you turn it into a mouse. They're going to be and just like ripping the shit up. Well, I think the mouse thing is a complete waste. And it shows because they really didn't implement it in any of their only Switch 2 games. They weren't like, and I still don't understand how it works. The console buttons are metal and the magnets are in the Switch. Thank you, Josh. So the magnets are in the Switch and the console, the buttons are metal, the whole inside of it is metal. And now you're scraping metal. Is it all metal or is it plastic? I don't know. Answer that. I don't know. The SR and SL buttons are metal, but what about the whole inside? the whole part that goes into the Switch? Is that whole thing metal? Then here's another thing. Here's another thing too. Like this. Like there's some good. I'll tell you about some good, but I just I felt very disappointed with the hardware generation stuff. So now this doesn't work. So look, the micro SD cards don't work. The ones they've been selling with the other Switch because they're this old. So that works with the EX card. So everybody buy new ones. There you go. So your old Nintendo Switch cards don't work. There you go. And then you could transfer your data to the Switch. Okay. Oh. And then here's that new Pro controller. And then we're back to doing this stuff. So here's your Nintendo Switch camera, and look what they got you doing around this. Frame rate galore. For a camera that's that goddamn big, like you would think that thing will have, and now they implemented the mini games using this stuff, and you pay for this. This is the other thing that people will flipping around, is that you have your Switch games, and then you have to buy the upgrade pack to get the capabilities of the Switch 2. And it's not just resolution and frame rate, but it's also the extra modes. So like in Mario Kart, in Mario Party Jamboree, you get Jamboree TV, which has 3 kind of mini games or modes that utilize the mouse, the voice, microphone. Yeah, give you money. Do the handout. The mouse, the voice, microphone, and the camera. So this is the camera mode where it just takes your faces at like 5p and then puts it in there. And yeah. Another thing that I noticed too from here, and then yeah, there's that thing. And now here's your upgrade for this, higher visuals with Zelda. And we don't know what the prices are of these things. We're thinking 10, thinking 20. Kirby, you get the Cross Worlds. This is being priced right now at $80. Kirby the Forgotten Land and the Cross Worlds with the Nintendo Switch Online Edition. That's being listed, I think, as $80 right now. And then this is the other thing. So even Metroid. So Metroid is a Switch game, but in order to play it on the Switch 2, you have to buy the Switch 2 Edition pack to it. So I am assuming, so they'll have a quality mode and they'll have the performance mode in this. But so they're going to have regular Switch games, and then if you own it, you buy the edition for the Switch 2. So you got to pay for all of them. There's no free updates. There's no like, hey, just give you a free update or a $10 upgrade. We don't know. And Zero Seal says, Jez, 80 for digital, 90 for physical. It's wild. It's wild out here. And then you can see 4K 60 in HDR docked, which thank goodness. Handheld mode, 1080p 60. And then performance mode is 1080p 120, but that's going to be pretty interesting to see. And then handheld mode, 720, 120 on there. Aaron, there you are.
Hey, Aaron. Where are you?
I see you.
Where is Aaron right now? No Aaron, huh? Well, you better be sick, dead, or mute.
We need explanations, Aaron. You hope you've been saving your money up there. And then even for Pokemon, which is coming out later this year, it's going to have a Switch 2 edition, which, by the way, you look at it, it looks sharper, but man, it looks... I don't know. The thing with this Pokemon, though, is the problem is the city. Like, I think they would have been better just doing open world grassing on land and stuff like that. I think the city stuff is going to be really hard to really graphically represent, like, show this game off or anything like that. Like, it looks... yeah. I think the first one, the other one was more impressive. Scarlet. I don't know, man. This is their enhanced version. I don't know. And then this game's going to destroy your controllers, the basketball. Yo, Nintendo be smoking something. So yeah, here's the thing here. Yep, shove that in your ass. There it is. Is that how you're going to play? Like rubbing on your hand? That mouse mode is so messed up, dude. Hey, Aaron, you better not be using that mouse mode. Nintendo on drugs for that one. Look at this thing. Yo, destroy your controller game. Destroy the controllers. Yo, nobody better get this game for their kids. You'll be buying controllers the next week. You'll be buying controls next week, man. That mouse mode, they would have been better at making an analog modes where you could at least use the left analog and right analog to do that game. I just, for the sake of using that mouse, it's interesting, but man, I'm just not a fan of using that thing, taking the controls off and using it like that. I'm just not a fan of using my controls like that. Like I know we had stick drift in the other ones. Like, what are you going to be destroying these things? I don't know. I wouldn't be thinking I'm going to buy a controller, take these things out of my Switch, and start rubbing them on goddamn on surfaces. And nonetheless, I'm not giving that to my kids to do. I don't know. Don't know. But one of the things that I wanted to highlight as they're showing all the third-party stuff, one of the things I wanted to say, you know, and if you notice this as well, Grinders, let me get some of these super chats here. Did I get them all? Yeah. It's not free. Thank you, JC. Nintendo did. Oh, I got everybody. Okay. You know, one of the things that I noticed in this is that they seem to really be embracing making it more of a console, sit down in front of your TV presentation with it. Remember when they did the original Switch, the concept was unique. They were basically, and this could be, and we'll get into, I'll just bring up another idea, but this is just like, I noticed in this reveal, very focused on sitting at your TV, camera docked, friends on the couch, back to like old school what Nintendo wanted, like the console experience. Whereas when they showed the Switch first one, it was on the rooftops, at a party, on the bus. I'm in the bathroom. Remember, they were playing it at a rooftop party. It was all like Switch to go. Where are you going to take your Switch? Now it seems more of like, oh, come back. Come back and sit in front of the TV with that beacon of a camera. Friends on the couch. All you got are little controllers and all fun around the TV. Which is a very interesting way. And I don't know if that's the reason why they may be doing that is because of now it's not a novel idea anymore. Because of the Steam Deck, because of the original Switch, because of all these handhelds and things like that going around. They're focusing more on bringing people back to the console TV type thing. And just thought it was very interesting because it wasn't like take it where you want to go. It was very focused back. Come back to the console-fied Nintendo. It's not a mobile device that can hook up to your TV. Now it seems like it's a thing to take it on your TV, but you can take it on the go. So, and I think that's the thing. Yeah, and see, Aaron says the same thing. Like you can't use the same tactic. But I do think too, it was novel at the time, Aaron. Like that was the thing. Like nothing was seen like you can't take those things on the go. It was so long ago, but like you can't play those games on the rooftop. You know, things like that. People are like, whoa, that's incredible. Now with mobile gaming and where it is, and now all this other stuff, it's crazy. And also, giving love to the docked mode. So it's 4K 60 for the games when it's docked, which is good. And also all the support that it's getting. So of the things that really stood out, Mario Kart 8, I thought was incredible looking. This Hyrule game looked pretty damn cool, but I'm not a fan of those Koei Tecmo games. We're running around all those type of Dynasty Warriors stuff there. The other thing that they announced was GameCube was going to be added to the expansion, which is $70, $60 a year of Nintendo Online, but only on the Switch too. So you cannot play GameCube games with your Nintendo Online subscription on the Switch 1. So they're making that only a Switch 2 exclusive online feature for their system. And then they have the GameCube games there. And they're also giving out the Nintendo controller. Well, not giving it out. They're charging for the Nintendo GameCube controller with the microphone in there and the big C button. And Borderlands will be there, Civ, the 2K games. And know what's crazy, Grinders, is just what I said. EA now is going to put their games on there. I was like, EA is probably going to come back. I did it on the show on Monday. And EA, is coming back. So Shadow Labyrinth, all these things, that looks cool from their Nintendo Direct. And then this is the other one. This From Software, basically Bloodborne looking game. But given the details of it, this game is online. It's in a PvE, PvE. So it's not really the Bloodborne 2 that people wanted, but it's like this online environment PvE type thing. Another thing that I noticed too was when I was watching these trailers streamed in 4K, this is streamed in 4K, you definitely see that this is not a Xbox or a PlayStation or a PC game. You could see the fidelity. Like the colors do look good. It looks sharper, but you could definitely see from the textures and of like especially the grass and the trees, you could see it's definitely running at a mobile type experience, just blown up to the screen. Like it is better and sharper and the colors pop more, but you could see the density, the effects, the stuff going on, the water effects, stuff like that. It definitely still has that mobile-esque to it. This looks really damn cool, though. But it is a multiplayer game. It is not the the thing that everybody wanted, but hey, it looked cool. It has cool effects to it, and I like all the different combat stuff, and the transformations look cool. And I'm sure on a small screen it will look great, but blown up on a TV, even at 4K, it definitely is going to show that it's still running off a mobile device, just with higher resolution. Because you could see it in the trees and the stuff. Like, you could see it when even looking at some of these games. You could see, like, the cartooning games always look good. But, like, and oh, it's crazy, too. Final Fantasy. Man, Xbox. Tell you, man. Phil is pissing off people left and right. I don't know what's going on, but, man, they're giving Final Fantasy VII Rebirth a remake, actually going to Switch 2. That was pretty wild. Yeah, I found that. That was somewhere over here. There it is. Another one, man. Even we got Xbox skip again. Holy shit, Xbox.
Oh, no! We suck again!
Oh, man. That Xbox skip. It always comes through. Always comes through, man.
Yeah. But skip. Where you got skip? We skip. Simple as that.
Duskbloods. That was that game. And then there's this GameCube game that they brought, Kirby Air Riders, coming. And then one of the games that I thought was really awesome, Donkey Kong, man. Donkey Kong open world with Hulk mass destruction, world destruction. I'm really interested in this. This was sort of like my highlight. Like, I'm a big fan of Donkey Kong, and I like to see a Donkey Kong got, his 3D game there and not a side-scrolling game. And I love the destruction. I think that's a really cool element. It's like basically Donkey Kong, Hulk Ultimate Destruction. So definitely, this game definitely looks really awesome. And it looks really good too. Like, when you look at the trailer and stuff like that, this one really looks cool. So I would say, they ended with the Mario Kart, and they ended with the Donkey Kong. Like, again, this looks so cool too. Like, the fact that they did a callback to the old Donkey Kong and did that. Yeah. This is awesome. So, and that's the thing. The games from Nintendo. This Donkey Kong, this is what happens after all that stuff, and you say, like, look at the hardware, look at the stupid mouse, look at all this other stuff. They have there's only one place to play this game. In reality, you want emulation, whatever. But I'm saying, like, if you legit, play this game. And Mario Kart World. Mario Kart World. But Donkey Kong Bonanza, like, yep. Like, this is the thing. It's the friggin' games that they just know what buttons to press to get the games, man. And that's when it's all said and done. You could go and go, about the pricing, which we'll get into the pricing that they have and all the stipulations and all that other stuff. But if the thing is that these games, if you want to play them, this looks friggin' awesome. That's where you go. So, but you got to say, like, for right now, I want to pre-order it because I want to play the Mario Kart World. You know that the Mario Kart game lasted forever. Like, people playing that, you're still in the top 10. Like, I always still play it. It's a go-to on that. Mario Kart World is going to be awesome. Open world, like, driving there, you can see all the customization. It's crazy, all the stuff you can do. Open world, Forza Horizon, goddamn Mario Kart. And then a 3D Donkey Kong game with this. So that's where it's like they pull on your heartstrings, man. They got that shit that you want to play, but then they just do so many stupid things that it's like, I'm a fool if I fall for this shit. And that's the whole thing. Michael Murray, you never heard that here. Exclusives are the best. Exclusives, that's what makes things happen, man. If these were not exclusive, then Nintendo would be face down, ass up with ET and Xbox. Exclusives matter. You never hear that shit around here. Exclusives always matter. But what I think is funny is that, all that shaking and dancing and camera bullshit and mouse control. Yeah, you may have a mini game here or there in Donkey Kong, but You don't need that shit to play this. That's why I know that those are all gimmicks, and they're resorted to tech demos and little $40 goddamn Joy-Con games. But when you play the real games, they're not using your camera face on this shit. You're not using the waggle. You're not saying the camera, let me dance in my room with Donkey Kong. You're not doing that shit. And this is what I mean. That's why you know all the features that they just showed, the mouse and rubbing my ass and all this other stuff. You don't need it when you come to these games. You may have a mini game. You got a mini game or so, but like that's not the core experience here. So it shows that those things are essentially gimmicks. Because I don't think they're going to go beyond mini games and stuff like that, because that's what they are. That mouse thing, to me, it does not make it does not make sense to me. How do you play this thing as a handheld and then rip off one of those Joy-Cons and use what? Hold it in your hand or dock it? How do you make that transition when you're playing a game and go, oh, now I'm in mouse mode. Let me dock my Switch, take off those things, and now find the flat surface to go into mouse mode? It makes no sense. And for Nintendo, it's like, why would you do that? Unless it's a sole mouse game and you have use your kickstand and now you're using your mouse, it makes no sense. The transition is very confusing. How do you transition? Or you have your Switch docked and you're using the Pro controller. Well, what happens if they say, oh, it's the mouse mini game? Oh, shit, the mouse mini game. What do we do? You're using the Pro controller. What do? You rub that shit on the ground? No, I got to go grab my Joy-Cons. Oh, let me just use my analog stick. This mouse shit's stupid. You're right. The Mario Paint, done. Let it come with the mouse pad. They're cooked. That's what you do. Mario Paint, next gen version, comes with the Mario mouse pad. Use your Switch. Draw stuff, share them online, animate, make your own cartoons, make your own levels. Perfect. There you go. There you go. I just don't understand the mouse transition. Unless you're playing like, oh, I'm playing that wheelchair basketball game. Gyro with the Pro Control. Are you rubbing it on the ground? You're just gonna what do you do with it? you use the controller as a big mouse. Okay, so I guess that's what you do. So the controller turns into a big mouse. So you don't rub it on the floor. You just move it around. The Switch has gyro in it. Can't you just gyro the whole Switch? Then why the hell am I using why am I using the mouse? Why am I using it as a mouse? The whole Switch is gyro. Who the hell knows? Right stick mouse or gyro? I think they're smoking something with that mouse stuff, because the thing is gyro and stick already existed and it was fine. The mouse, that's the feature of the Switch 2, the mouse. That's one of their things. I don't think it's any better than those other ones. That's the thing. I just don't think it's any better, and I just think that the transition to that stuff, it's only resorted to mini games. That's what it's going to be, and I know because I got burnt on the Switch 2, the Switch 1, with all the motion controls that they were going to do. Don't you remember the 1, 2, 3 Switch where eat the sandwich? Remember eat the sandwich, and you're using the laser, the IR blaster, and it looks like you pretend to eat the controller. Remember that shit? Who used it besides 1, 2, 3 Switch? The IR controller. The IR blast at the bottom of the right stick, the right Joy-Con. I remember you put it up to your mouth and you eat the sandwich. Never saw them used again. That was it. The IR blaster. Blast my ass. So it's gonna, and again, if that was a big thing for the Switch 2, oh look, they're mouses. They can use them as a mouse. All right, where's your mouse in Donkey Kong? What am I using the mouse in this? High five people? Or what am I doing? So it was really Nintendo all over the place. Then, after all this shit, they don't announce the price. And they talk about they're having the bundle. and then they're having a non-bundle. Bundling it with Mario Kart, and then they're also bundling it with no bundle. Then the prices come out. And Grinders now, Nintendo going wild. 2 things to worry about now. Mouse and joystick drift. Exactly. I still don't, dude. I still don't. For kids, which, you know, I don't know. Everybody's different ages here, but we're all around the same age, I would think. The kids, man. Tony Soprano, but the kids. I don't want my kids using that shit as a mouse. I don't want to let them know it does that. My daughter, I'm not letting her know about that. I'll be lined up to buy another one. She'll be raking that shit all over the place. Oh, it's a mouse now, kids. All right. Destroyed. Destroy that thing. And then on top of that, the C button. Oh, yeah, like hit the button and start chat with people. Oh, wow. Now you got to watch. We got the C button. Big C. But then Nintendo comes cooking out here, right? Did they put a Hall effect sensor in those sticks, did they? They said bigger sticks. So these are so this is what they got here. Shout out to Zoobs. So $450 for the console itself. What's up, Holomoko? Hit that like button, Grinders. $450 for the control for the system itself. $500 for the one bundled with Mario Kart. $80 games. Physical games cost more money. No OLED. As we mentioned, they go to 4K 60 on supporting games. Here's your MSRP for Mario Kart World. The first problem here is that this creates a very high demand for their bundle, right? Their bundle now, $500 is the way to go. If you're getting a Switch, if I'm going to try to get a Switch, $500 one is the one you want to get. Because they now have priced out Mario Kart that if you buy the Switch and then you want to get Mario Kart later on, so you pay $450 and Mario Kart, you're going to be paying over $30 more. So basically, the $500 one is saving you money because you get Mario Kart World with it, which now makes that one the one that everybody wants to get if they're going to get a Switch. So they just put a huge demand on the bundle because you're getting a savings because the games are priced outside of it. The other thing is here's your prices here. So they have physical. These are the Euro prices of $90. I don't think they're coming over here at that price. I looked at Best Buy. Best Buy has them at $70. The other thing is what these upgrade packs are going to cost. Nintendo was very vague on what these upgrade packs are. So we don't know. And then they're varying. So like, as you see, like with Zelda, it's just higher resolution. With Metroid, it's higher resolution and frame rates. And then you look at Kirby, you get into DLC with Kirby, and you get into enhancements. What is that? Mario Party Jamboree actually gives you some more play modes to use that. So are they going to be varying in pricing? Are they going to be the same price? Are they going to be a $10 upgrade? What are they going to be? And then on top of that, we have compatibility lists here of what games are, here, the Switch 2 compatibility list issues. Nintendo Switch games that start up on the Switch 2, but include some in-game compatibility issues. Games that start up. So these are only games that just start up. Or not start up. Alan Wake, Alien Isolation. So these all have issues being investigated currently on there. Fall Guys, Family Chest. Hitman 3, Just Dance, Klondike Solitaire, Mega Man. But the problem here is that these games don't take advantage of the Switch 2 hardware or anything like that. They're just running on it. Boy and His Blob Collection, Abyss. I thought also, too, that there would be more games from their library that would take advantage of the Switch 2. And there's no kind of passive kind of general updates from what we know, unless you guys know more. If some of these games, Hamster has a lot of problems there. If some of these games would just kind of utilize the extra power and get kind of upscaled to that? It's from 720p to 1080p, at least on the hardware itself, or do they need to have, is the only way to get enhancements on a game is to pay the Nintendo enhanced version of it? So that's, that's something like, do they have, these games have improved, sharper visuals? Like if there's some sort of scaling or anything like that, do they get it passively just by putting it on the hardware? So like what Xbox did, and what some of the PlayStation games did. It didn't take full advantage of the PlayStation, dual sense and adaptive triggers and stuff like that, but they did have some sort of like unlocked frame rate or something like that. I don't think so. I think these games are not even going to know that it's on a Switch 2 unless you pay for the upgrade. And those upgrades seem to be specific to certain games. So, so it doesn't sound like there's any kind of passive enhancement to any of your games in the library, even their old games. Yeah, the DK game does look awesome, Sonic. Like I said, the games, Mario Kart and DK game were the two highlights for me, obviously. And that's what puts you in this tug of war, where you're like, some of this, like everything outside of those two is just a shit show. See and that's the craziest thing, and it just seems to me like that's the heartstrings that Nintendo does. They got these incredible, charming games that you want to play, and you could just see yourself playing that. You're like, oh yeah, I could play this Mario Kart for I'll be playing this shit like crazy, blah blah blah. And then you look at that, and then it's just like, and then you just see the stuff outside of that Donkey Kong game, and you're just like, oh, like what a. They're raking us against the coals. Why did they decide to do this? What are they doing? Why doesn't this work? Then Engadget comes out, and the Switch 2 battery life is shorter than the current one. Technical specs also confirm Wi-Fi 6 support and one missing feature on the Joy-Con 2. The Switch 2 is more expensive, but the tech specs for the new console is way worse. Nintendo says the battery life of the Switch 2 varies upon the game that you play, and they estimate the console should last about 2 to 6.5 hours. That's shorter life than you get out of the current Switch and the Switch OLED, based on their own company page, which is crazy because usually when you look at them, they will put a more aggressive, a more favorable battery life than probably what you realistic get. Like you really would get. Like they'll be like, oh, about 6 hours, and that's like on 10% dimness with Wi-Fi turned off and Bluetooth turned off, and they'll give you like this egregious extra battery life. This is from their own support page, so this is them even when they're fluffing up the battery hours, which typically all hardware manufacturers do. All these portable devices or all this stuff, they always say like, oh, laptop develop, oh, you'll get 12 hours. Yeah, okay. So on their own website, they're showing the new one has less battery life than the OLED and the current Switch. They give you 4.5 to 9 hours. This one's giving you 2 to 6.5. Now, it is a 1080p screen. It does support HDR. So HDR and 1080p, we know are battery killers. So, but they didn't put a bigger battery in to compensate for that? Yeah, Nintendo. Non-OLED Switch consoles with a serial number are expected at the same amount of time. Even the original Switch gets a minimum of 2.5 hours of battery life, which is even longer than 2. But the power. Nintendo's tech specs confirm other notable details. The Switch 2 supports Wi-Fi 6, which should mean you'll get faster internet speeds when the console isn't docked and connected over Ethernet. Based on Nintendo's guarantee that the console supports 120 frames at 1080p or 1440p are selected, it seems like the Switch 2 won't support HDMI 2.1. Yeah, so that's not good either. As far as controls are concerned, Amiibo support remains, but if you have a special place in your heart for that Wii-esque motion control, it looks like you're out of luck. Neither left or right Joy-Con controllers have the IR sensor. I told you, nobody used that shit. One of the ways Nintendo tracked motion on the Wii and the Switch. That doesn't mean you can't use motion controls on the Switch too, just Nintendo isn't using IR to make them work. At least in Metroid 4, it seems like mouse control fills the role of motion used in older games. So this mouse control is going to be, which, IR controller is more of a natural way of taking it off and using it in your hand. The mouse relies on a surface. The mouse control relies on a surface, dude. I still still boggles my mind. We'll just have to see it in use. Yep. And then the prices announced already. Compatibility issues. Then here you go. Hogwarts Legacy. This is the Switch. Nope, this is not the Switch 2. Nope.
I have an exciting life now. Breakfast to go. You're gonna love my nuts. Watch
This is on the Pro, and this is on the Switch 2. Pro, Switch 2. Pro, Switch 2. And this is the thing, grinders. This is the thing. Nintendo's now pricing up with the big boys. This Switch 2 now, friggin' who would have thought that the Xbox Series S would be one of the cheaper ones over the Switch 2? They're sitting at $450. Just the console by itself. They're $500 under the thing, under the X, or whatever you want to say. And they're $200 away, almost $250 away from the Pro. And then you got your digital PlayStation that's sitting there that could drop to $350 and be even cheaper than the $450 one. But they're priced up there with the big boys now. Nintendo's not the accessory anymore. It's not the, buy a PlayStation and buy a Switch. Buy an Xbox and buy a Switch. Nintendo's up there now. They've been up there. So we're looking at $100 and $200 difference here. Look at the light. Look at the candles. And this is what I mean. Like, it's still a mobile game. Like, it's still mobile. Like, that's what I mean. Like, it still has that mobile look. So it's going to be really interesting seeing these games blown up on your TV at 4K, but it's definitely has still, it's reminded that it is a mobile experience. And then you can take this and you say, well, wait a second, it's on the go. Well, so's the Portal. Like, you could just use the Portal and get this fidelity on an 8-inch screen on the Portal. Yet not natively, but you still could take it on the go. And your Hogwarts with a Portal looks like this versus a Switch that looks like that. I'm just saying that these are the options that people are going to have. And I'm not saying that the Switch is not going to sell. I'm not saying that this thing is dead. I am not saying that nobody wants it. I'm just showing you the differences of the expectations of new hardware, of what they're doing and what they're offering. And I'm surprised, like, Nvidia really is real quiet on this thing with their chips and all that other stuff, and not trying to throw their DLSS in there and really kind of amping this thing up. I don't know. Like, it just seems kind of weird. Then here comes their key card overview. Key cards are different from regular game cards because they don't contain the full data. So now the Nintendo cartridges are red, and they call them game key cards. Instead, the game key card is a key to downloading the full game on your system. After it's downloaded, you can play the game by inserting the key card into your system and starting it up like a standard physical game. So now the games are nowhere on the disc. Like they were using where some had to install some to your hard drive, which is there's more memory on the Switch 2. But now they're not even using these things anymore to store any game at all. This is just a key, a DRM key. I wonder what it tastes like. But it tastes like sweet ass if you lick it. I don't know. But now they're key cards. So the games are no longer on here. So now the full game is being put on your device. But you still need this card in order to play it. So basically, it's a key card. So it's not even assets on here or offloading assets, nothing. Which makes it seem to me is that they use the same cards. I wonder if these cards don't see, and the reason why they did this is because I'm sure the games are bigger now, and that these cards probably wouldn't need to have more memory to store the game on it. So therefore, instead of making these cards bigger and increasing their cost, they're probably like, yo, make these cards smaller in memory so we could just put the key on it and we don't have to store the whole game on it. And then there you go. And it does, and uses the new the new express ones, memory card, SD cards. So you can do the SD cards, but you can't use the other ones. But they're called key cards. There you go. And then we hear not all games, maybe some games. Like, the thing is, guys, this is what they're doing, and it's a shorter battery life. Like, that's why I said, like, incredible games that, like the Mario Kart World. I want to play it. Donkey Kong, I want it. And this is the thing. This is where you're like, yo, do I have to get through the mud and the shit for the diamond to play these games? And they know that the people will. They know that people will. What's crazy here is that this is the shit that Xbox got raked over the coals for. All this shit, share games, DRM downloads, checking in, keys, all this shit. The Kinect camera, people dancing in the streets. Dude, it just shows Nintendo S, the Nintendo glaze. Dude, it is crazy out there. Microsoft could not talk themselves out of a paper goddamn bag. It just shows when you have the games, the gusto, people will put up with more shit to play those games. Xbox was shooting blanks, and they were dealing with TVs and check-ins and all this shit. And people were like, oh, it sucks. Oh, camera watching you all the time, and it comes in the box. See, Nintendo didn't put it in the box. But this shows that Nintendo just do they just do it, man. They know it. It's just like Disney. Yo, we'll give you fast pass. Holy shit, what's fast pass? Dude, it's faster than regular pass. What does it do? You be faster than the people paying for fast pass. But it's another $200 per head. It's fast pass. Sign me up. Here's another $1,000. Disney pulls the same shit. You want to see fucking Mickey Mouse and you're gonna pay, bitch. Oh boy, how much did you pay? $2,000 to see me? Oh boy, you're gonna pay. They know it. It's a me. You better pay up. They'll get cooked, dude. They will get cooked. People will say, I hate goddamn Disney. I'm going to beat the shit out of Mickey Mouse. Oh, what? What was that? I'm going to beat you'll beat the shit out of Mickey Mouse. But then as soon as that son of a bitch shows up, Mickey Mouse, hello. Oh, look at him. Give him a hug. Yo, telling you, man. You going on a plane, you're like, I'm going to Disney World. You walk in there, you're like, this goddamn Mickey Mouse, how much he's charging? I got to wait on this goddamn line. Oh, fuck the Mickey Mouse. Bullshit. This piece of shit. Oh, it's so hot down here. Look at all these crowds. Look at all these people. They don't even give us any food. Look how expensive the burger is. And you're just complaining to Disney. This place sucks. Bullshit piece of shit, Disney World. And then all of a sudden he goes, hey, everybody. You're like, oh, Mickey Mouse, take a picture with me, bitch. Oh, I missed you. Hugging a Mickey Mouse. That's right, motherfucker. Oh, shit. Mickey Mouse dropping bombs. And I fucking hate this place. All the lines, how much everything costs. But then as soon as you see goddamn Mickey Mouse, you're like, fuck all that Mickey's here. Oh, give me a hug, motherfucker. That's what happens. Ron M with the 10 VIPs in the house. Cooking. Yo, we're moving on up. You're gonna like it. You're gonna like it. And we're on the line. Oh boy. man. He knows you're gonna win. And then they pull the same shit. Like, yo, bitch, you wanna touch that DK? Donkey Kong? Are you gonna pay, bitch? It's a money. It's an $80. That's right. There you go. Cook it on. You want to play him? There he is. And that's the other thing, Ryan. It's like, I'm not going to sit here and grift this shit and be like, yo, I'm no buying it. Don't buy this shit. Yo, everybody, I'm just telling you what the shit's like, what they announced. It's up to you to decide if you want to deal with all that stuff to play these games. And I'm not pocket watching anybody. So I'm most likely, I want to pre-order it. But this is the problem that I have with this stuff. And it comes back to the kids. It comes back to the kids, grinders. This is the problem that I have with this stuff. Is that this is going to put a lot of pressure on people with the price of the games, the stuff that they want. The kids that really, it's going to be tough. Now, they do have that ability to share like the game. So you buy Mario Kart and then you could probably play it with other Switches. So you don't have to buy two versions of the two. Every Switch got to get one. But that's only some games. Like, there's a lot of caveats here. Nintendo's been putting a lot of, some games do this, some games don't. The inconsistencies. You know, is Elden Ring going to make you share if you have another Switch there? Can you beam them the game and they could play as well? Probably not. You know, is Borderlands going to let you do that? Probably not. They're going to say buy Borderlands twice for each one Switch. So that's it's up there now. It's really, yeah, it's crazy. Same thing with the mouse control. Like, this is expensive hardware, or they made it expensive. I don't know how like, you know, stick drift and all that other stuff, the bulging switch pause. They're lending out the games for 14 days. Like, there's a lot of stuff going around. Like, just a lot of just challenges. Like, here, like, you know, here's your Switch 2, the keys there, right? It doesn't use the memory cards that probably people have been buying, because there was only like, how many? 28, the 32 gigabytes on the originals? I don't even know. I was like, shit, you had to definitely buy a card. So you know that those cards, you can't just pull that card out and pop it in your Switch 2 and play. You got to go buy new ones. At least they're SDs, though. Thank God. They didn't pull no Sony bullshit there. System transfer. Transferring your data and your digital games over. They got that. And then a new Pro controller there with the C button on it. And a microphone, I believe. And a headphone. I think a headphone jack, too, on there as well. There's your release dates here. And I think Nintendo, one thing that they did really do, yeah, it's a one-time 14-day share, Nick, for the people in your family, and you could only lend it out at one time. So if you take the game, you can't play it either. So like, if you have like a game and you want to share it, you could share it to your family that's on your account. Can't be, and it has to be within the same area. It does a wireless connection where it communicates. So you can't just, like, if they're like in another, you know, somewhere else, you're like, oh, you're at your college, hey, I'm gonna send you this game, check it out. No, you can't do that. They got to be in the room with you during that transfer. And then what happens is that they and I don't even know if they need to check in the 14 days, like if they have to still check into your Switch, but basically after 14 days you get it back. So that's kind of what they're doing with that lending. And again, it's only certain games. It's only whoever allows that. So now you have, these are the games, and this is where Nintendo does the Switch 2 Welcome Tour, which that's that game that you said is not free. Man, I almost fell out of my chair when you said it was not free. I didn't even catch that. Nothing's free anymore from Nintendo. Mario Kart World in June, Donkey Kong Bonanza in July, Drag X Drive, that's the wheelchair basketball, Kirby Air Riders 25, and then Metroid Prime Beyond, that's coming out in 2025. So Nintendo definitely has the games, dude. They definitely have the games. And I like how they kind of, I like how they gave Donkey Kong like about a month and the Mario Kart and stuff like that. I think it comes with like 256, Ron. I'm not sure offhand what it comes with. Let me see. And then these are the third-party games that were announced coming to the Switch. You have Hades 2, Split Fiction, EA Sports, Madden, FC, Street Fighter 6 with Amiibo, Daemon and Machina, Hogwarts Legacy, which I'm sure that's going to do well there. Tony Hawk Pro Skater, Hitman, a new James Bond game from IO, and Default HD Remastered, and Yakuza 0, and more. A lot of, and that was another thing too. There was a lot of third-party support for Nintendo on the show that I thought it was going to be their first-party cooking show. But actually, there was a lot of third-party support for the Switch, which you knew was coming because of the, because everybody knows that the Switch is a proven device there. Let me see if there's anything else. Dust Bloods look good. So then here's your feature set here, HDR. There's still head scratching to me there. You do have your Ethernet, you have your HDMI out, USB-C. The dock looks pretty damn slick. I think it looks pretty cool. I like the curves on it. It does support 4K output and HDR to TV, which I think, these Nintendo games obviously are going to look absolutely incredible. Like that Donkey Kong 4K looks sharp as hell. Same thing with the Mario Kart game. Like they look good. Their games are going to look good. I think it's the third-party ones that may be a little bit of a, somewhat of a sore spot there on those ones there, but overall, I think, it was definitely a heartstring tug and pull type show. Like, they had the games, but I think that the hardware wise and some of the things that they got going over there are definitely some head scratches. This is something that's cool that they're doing. I wish PlayStation did this. Yeah, Metroid too. They got PlayStation did this with the Nintendo Switch Online membership. So if you subscribed to Nintendo Online, also playtime on how many times you played Nintendo Switch games, and also that will qualify you to receive an email to be opted to get an invitation to Pro, which I think is great. So hopefully there. But yeah, the battery life is definitely something, because after using the ROG Ally X and using the battery life, like I'm kind of beyond right now 1.5 to 2 hours of mobile gaming, like especially with the ROG Ally. And with the more batteries of the new one that's probably coming out too, but the X nonetheless, like now these devices are able to play tons of games on there, but also give you that battery life. Like the ROG Ally X, I'm finding is really great with the battery life. The Steam Deck, great battery life. Like you're getting more than these hours. Like for them to come in at 2 hours for some games, for 2 hours, supposing a smaller battery, I don't know, man. I think that's another, it's a head scratcher. Like, so like the biggest disappointments for me, really, there's some cool hardware like the 1080p 120 hertz, but I just think there isn't that like, oh wow, like let's get a Switch 2. I need a Switch 2 because it has these cool new mobile features. And like I said, there's a lot of competition now, and you were the start of it. And you think that you would be the leader into the next wave of portable devices. And it seems like they really just sat back and just cruised along. Oh, they do have it in a PlayStation Direct store? Yeah, but I thought they were going to do like, that. Remember they were doing like, you have like privileged coverage or something like that if you're level 4 from like support. But it doesn't mean you get a link to pre-order something sooner. I don't know. Well, they started doing it in Japan. Oh, that's good. They need to do that stuff. That stops scalpers. Like, you treat the people that have the devices. That's what you do. Hit that like button, Grind. Over 200 people here. Hit that like. Yeah, so it's really, and again, I think you got to watch out. Everybody now is roasting Nintendo because, it's just they do a lot of head scratching things. And I think a lot of it has to do with just like the offerings of what they have and what they've been doing. And yeah, you would think that they wouldn't take such a kind of a cruise control type bet on this. And I feel that, and they're charging more money for their stuff, but really just kind of a marginal, minimal increase to things, but charging more money on it. And I think that's where a lot of that stuff is, because this is not a mid-gen refresh. It has no OLED, so you're kind of going backwards now. There's no OLED on it, but meanwhile you had an OLED Switch. And it just I don't think they really knocked it out of the park with the show. Like, I really think that I think the hardware decisions they made, the accessories, their UI, the features that they're trying to show, like, I think they could have done so much better, especially given the time that they've had. There's been no pressure on them to release a Switch 2. Their Switch has been selling still. And you think that they were taking that time to really sort out and think very carefully on what the market is doing, what they can do. Like, there's really not a lot of pressure on them. And I just can't believe they just went back to like old Xbox features and things that may not be used in a lot of the games. Like a camera, really? Like, not even like a high fidelity camera, like a Kinect camera. Like, we're using some sort of low ass resolution camera. And Nintendo doesn't even let you stream. Can you stream? Like, you can't even stream to Twitch or YouTube from it. Like, the reason why to get the camera to maybe start a Nintendo, they wouldn't even let you stream. You would say, oh, we're putting a camera on there and with the overlay so that you can now stream Nintendo games. Nah, they ain't doing shit. They're like, no, take up these 4 big ass boxes in low frame rate and use the camera. Like, we really need to see this thing in action. I really want to see the hands-on, what the thing is going on. That cartridge thing is bull, and those cartridges are more money. And the physical and the digital games, and the fact that they introduced $80 games. What does that mean? That GTA is coming in $90, $100? Exactly, Zero Seal. Like, even Discord, like, my God. Nintendo would have been better off saying we integrated Discord into the Switch. Like, here's the Discord official Nintendo app. Like, I mean, these are the things, Zero, that I'm surprised, given the time and intelligence I thought Nintendo had and quality in what they deliver, that Nintendo would be looking, like, just, hey, let's just make a Nintendo Discord app. Or let's like, what are they using? Even the mic sounds that they have in there, those microphones do not sound good. And again, this was the problem I had with Kinect. Your camera and stuff is where your TV is, so you are sitting on the couch yelling, and supposedly the AI, whatever's gonna do, like, the more noise canceling you have, the tinnier your voice sounds, the worse your voice sounds. So if you have a lot of noise in the environment, you're yelling across the room to the thing. Like, you need a controller microphone like the PlayStation has. You yelling across at your console. That was a problem I had with Kinect. You yelling at Xbox, Kinect, and then their voice is coming out of the TV. There's no headset, so their voice is coming out of the TV. Hopefully, it doesn't pick up their voice coming out of the TV or the sound coming out of your soundbar, because the Switch microphone is sitting right next to your soundbar. So, it's enough that we get the PlayStation things when we got people putting on their controllers and people yelling and screaming, and you hear the sounds and all that other stuff. Think about now, you got the Switch sitting next to your soundbar and picking up those sounds. Hopefully it isolates those, because I remember Kinect had that, where it would detect the sounds coming out of the TV and minimize those so they don't get played on the fucking headset. This is gamer shit. Like, this is the stuff that you put a microphone in the bitch. You didn't talk about that. Like, what does it do? It picks up TV noise. And what about the people talking? They're coming through the goddamn TV. There's no headset. So, like, come on, Nintendo. Like, just do it smarter than this. I'm sure you could buy one, Magnia. Lord, I'm sure you could buy a headset. They'll be happy to sell you one with the beacon of a camera. They're not including a headset in the box. Michael Meridian says Astrobot bundles $3.99 right now. Yo, and that's the other thing too, Michael. Like, bring up a good thing of Astrobot. Like, if Sony goes ahead and cooks up a bunch of those cool platformers and stuff like that, like, dude, that might turn some heads for people that are looking for that kind of game. Like, Astrobot, I think, was a great venture for them, and I think a huge market that really was owned by just Nintendo platformers and stuff like that. And the fact that Sony made a real quality one with Astrobot, that is something that they should explore. Because right now, like I said, Nintendo's up there with the big boys. It's in the Pro Controller, JC. Exactly. The microphone is in the Pro Controller. But you don't get the Pro Controller is not in this picture. The basic feature set that they got. So they purposely made the shit suck. So you go buy a Pro Controller. Oh, sorry, Ron. I didn't mean to say Alexis so loud. Exactly. She's always listening. Yeah, get a Pro Controller. That'll fix the problem. Exactly. Buy a headset. That'll fix the problem. So Nintendo created a problem that you gotta buy their other accessories or some other accessories to fix. Like, that's the thing. Well, we put a microphone in the base, into the console itself, and the console is going to sit next to your TV. All the voices and sound are going to come out. And to fix that problem, we recommend you buy the Pro Controller or a headset. Thanks, Nintendo. You create a problem that I can't use your C button, the big C. I can't use the big C because you create a problem. You decided to put the mic in the console rather than the controller. I'll be happy now to buy the Pro Controller because I can't stand yelling at my TV but the sound and the TV, everybody picking it up and everybody hearing my online conversations in the living room. Like, they create a problem that they'll sell you some accessories to fix. You don't have to buy the camera now. $50, they said. But now with $80 games, it's like, granted, what do we like? I think now GTA probably going to come out at 80, maybe 90. Yeah, the achievements I think are built into that Nintendo app. I don't think it's in the AI. I don't think it's in the UI. I think it's in the app. But yeah, like, it's an overall game. Really gaming right now is at a premium, and we didn't even get to the tariff shit. But gaming right now, man, with PC graphics cards going up, the price of these PC mini handhelds at $700, $800, $900, graphics cards at $2,000. You gotta find them on the off market. Nintendo even getting up there with $80 games and shit like that. The Pro at $700. The Glitter Stripper Xbox Aaron Greenberg edition, $600 for just 2 terabytes and nothing else. There's some Aaron Greenberg stripper glitter. Like, Game Pass at $20 a month. PlayStation went up in price of their shit. Last year they went to $80 for the base. It's up there, man. Like, it is no more like, oh, let's give them these low price consoles and they'll get the games. Dude, they're making you pay for everything. You're paying for the hardware and you're paying for extra for the software and the accessories, bitch, and the services. We're going to hit you at every step of the way. But guess what, grinders? I love it. I love it. Like, it is what it is. This is gaming, man. Shit'll get off the pot. There it is. I love it. I love gaming. I love tech. And you know what? Nothing gonna hold me down. Ain't no way. It is what it is. We can sit here and lament over prices and costs and all. Hey, if you find value for yourself, we could sit here and go $80 games, boo-hoo, I'm not doing it, but somebody will. It's not going away. And it is what it is. If you don't want to, you want to stand and say, I don't want to pay for it, then that's you. More power to you. But you're right. The market will determine it. That's the thing. Just like those IR sensors, just like Kinect, just like these things, that just like Concord. they're going to come out there and they're going to see what they could get away with. And if people don't like it and they lose money or people are not buying it, it's not moving, they will learn. They won't do it again. And you know what? The market will decide. But I love it. Like, it is what it is. It's gaming, man. That's it. And the only thing that I hope is that the quality, you know, they don't get crazy with the prices and drop on the quality and take advantage. And there are definitely some things in here that are definitely starting to take advantage. They're starting to start pushing those buttons. And we're going to play it by ear. We're going to have to see how it goes. You know, but Nintendo, I don't think is going to change their thing. They're going to let out there because Nintendo's a different beast. Like, they definitely know that they live and die on their diehard fans. And they're diehard fans, they're collectors, all them stuff, the value of their heart. You know, even look at their Nintendo games, dude. The Mario Kart, the Mario Party, the Mario 3, and all this other stuff. Like, all their stuff holds collector's value. Pokemon's. You know, all that stuff, all their IP, the Nintendo show, Universal, like, they got the little bit of that Disney glaze, the Nintendo glaze. Hint, hint, new song. They got that glaze coming. And they know it. And when that glaze goes away, then maybe they'll come back down to, like, hell, yo, maybe we can't get away with that shit anymore. You know? And maybe the $80 push and all that other stuff, like, maybe they do see less sales in their games. Who knows? Maybe less people buying their games. But then you got to think this as well. And I said this back at the Pro, right? The fact that they got the Pro sitting, and now it's different though, because the Pro is a mid-gen refresh. It's not a next console. But as with any new hardware, it gives an opportunity for the old hardware to be discounted. So like I mentioned on Monday, I wouldn't be surprised if we see Switch prices of the basic one get a $50 cut, get more aggressive sales, and people buy the Switch. And they sell this one to the ultimate people that really want to die hard, gotta have the next Nintendo product. And just like what they did with the Pro, just like they did with the X, like, put out a higher price next machine, but that gives us the opportunity to carry people along with the older hardware. And because these things are cross-generational, because your old library will work on your new one, yes, there will be some exclusive games. The thing is that majority of your games go with you. So even if they sell you a Switch OLED, they're prepping you and warming you up for a Switch 2 eventually. So it gives them now the options to start dropping the price on the Switch and selling that way, rather than pricing this thing as the price of the Switch and basically neutering any potential to sell the Switch anymore, and now becomes just this dying hardware. Because if you had this thing sitting at $399, you'd be like, oh, well, why would I buy a Switch 1 at $399 when I could buy a Switch 2 at $399? See? Yeah, that's why they don't do it. Put the Switch 2 at a higher price, pay for that upgrade, but now it gives us a chance to still sell you the lower option, the Switch 1. Just like what we saw look at PlayStation. They had the Pro out for the holiday, and they took very aggressive sales, $350 for a PS5 Slim with 2K. Because the Pro was sitting out there, you know, on that thing. So, like, the market's going to decide. And we can sit here and say gaming sucks, the money's there, you know, how much GTA is going to be and all this other stuff. But, like, you know, if you could sit out and not have the FOMO and say, hey, I'm going to let GTA at $100 ride, I don't care, that's fine. But I'm not. And again, I'm not talking like this as a content creator. I'm not going to pull that bullshit line with you guys. You guys deserve better than that. I'm not, well, I'm buying it because I create content and want to share it with my community. No, I'm doing it as a consumer for myself. Because I don't like to feel like, well, I'm going to grift about this and complain about it. But then guess what? I'll have to buy it anyway because it's for my channel. Well, fuck that. I'm buying it for the channel. If I get it, I'll share it. But that's just the way, like, what are you doing? You're engaging, grow, I hate this, I hate this, I hate this. And then it's like, day one, thank you. If I buy it, I buy it. And if I get it, I'll share it with everybody. But I'm not getting it as a content creator. I'm speaking as a consumer because that's what I am. I'm no fucking influencer contact. I'm a consumer. There you go. Josh says he'll play it so I don't have to. There you go. But I'm not going to do, like, no. I'm going to use my 2 eyes. Get ready for the pre-orders start on the 9th. And do it. Now, the other thing is you could lock it down and just decide later on. It comes out June 5th. But we'll see. Like, you know, I again, it was a head slap and then like a little bit of diamonds in the rough today with the Switch. A lot of head slaps. I think the hardware, you know, there are definitely some good things in the hardware, but I do think that they did a lot of just stupid things that you're just like, oh my God, like really? But then they also had the 2 games I want to see, and then Metroid's out there as well. So I do think there's some solid games coming. And I still think like with this stuff that they got here and what we know, I think June is gonna be lit, grinders. June is gonna be friggin' Christmas summertime. It's gonna be Christmas in June. We got Death Stranding, the Switch 2, Mario Kart Worlds. Xbox telling everybody Gears is coming to PlayStation. Oh man, not like this. Not like this.
Like a blind man at an orgy, I was going to have to feel things out.
It's gonna be wild June, man. It's gonna be a wild June, and I'm here for it all. It is gonna be wild. But grinders, hey, that's your Switch 2 stuff. I am sure more stuff will be rolling out as we go through. But Mind's Eye is also in June. That's right, man. I'm going to get that thing. Lost Soul in May 30th. Oh, man. Yeah, I'm telling you, this year is an incredible year for gaming. But you know what? Before I go, don't leave just yet. Don't you think, once again, as somebody wrote in the first super chat of the evening, it is a bad time to be green right now. It's a bad, bad time. Exclusives matter. Games matter. And you got one talking about how exclusives don't matter. We don't need this. Anti-consumers. Yeah, I wonder. What happened to Phil? When more people play, we all win. All that horse shit. Told you. Exclusives matter. Exclusives matter. The only ones that didn't matter to are the ones not getting them. That's what it is. But I'm telling you, man, it's hard like to be tough. And I meant tough being green as for why you're talking about handhelds now, like Xbox handhelds and all this other stuff. Like, it is just so, it is such a tough time to even be addressing that right now. And Microsoft better just lay low, because Final Fantasy 7 on the Switch. I really think that Xbox better just kind of hunker down and just put their games everywhere and just shut up about any hardware, because Phil Spencer talking about a handheld or some sort of project bullshit, it's not the time, man. It's not the time. Like, you know, now's not the time for the slow clap. And also, too, I'm seeing this. I'm really hope that PlayStation now says, dude, unleash the Kraken. Like, we need to definitely start showing more cooking what we're doing. And, you know, we heard Spider-Man's coming out next year, the movie. Beyond the Spider-Verse, the final part of it is coming out the year after. Nah, Phil can't shut up. He's gonna come right out there as everybody's in line for the Switch 2, and Phil Spencer's gonna be like, I think I want to tease something with my nipples. I was signing somebody's ass, and I want to talk about. We got this thing called Project Handheld Tissues, or something like that. We got Project Handheld, and it's like, Phil, go home. It will play all the Steam games, maybe. It's a PC. Phil, shut up. People are going to be lining up getting their Switch 2 in June, and Phil's going to be saying, wow, craziness. It's wrong. It's craziness. So, I just think that they are always in the bad position, with this. I think it's the worst time to be talking about handhelds when Nintendo's coming out with this games and stuff like that. So I really think that is just some bad timing on their part, and really just put your games everywhere and just shut up, Phil, and go home and just ride out the Xbox into the sunset and just take it and just be multi-plat and just put your Xbox sticker on a PC and call it a day. And then the PlayStation, I think they got Death Stranding coming in June. I think they saw it pumping up that Ghost of Yotai. And really show what's coming from their Marvel, like, if they're doing Wolverine, if they're doing any kind of Uncharted stuff. Like, I think, Sony needs to definitely keep the foot on the gas for going on, because Nintendo's coming, and they are coming, and I think Sony has to stop pussyfooting around with all these devices and show, what people do, because again, if you give people too many options, most likely they may not choose you anymore as one of the options. So that's the thing that you really need to keep an eye on. Like, you know what I mean? Like, Nintendo shows, hey, this is Donkey Kong, and people be like, oh, all this shit sucks, $80, $70. But guess what? They're gonna get through all that bullshit to play that game. That's the power of exclusivity. But if you say, well, Donkey Kong is going to go to PC in a few years and stuff like that, then people be going, you know what? Maybe I don't need to go through all the bullshit to play Donkey Kong. I could play it in 2 or 3 years on PC, and I really don't want to deal with all this stuff. Now your option just made it an option not to choose you. That's why you need to play and watch what you're doing. So, like I said, Sony FAFO. And Xbox, just stop teasing handhelds, because now's not the time. Go home, Rocky. Go home, Rambo, as Puerto Rock says. Shout out to Puerto Rock. Hope he's doing well, his family and everything like that. But yeah, go home, Go home, Rambo. Don't talk about portables anymore, Xbox. I think you got to keep quiet and just pump out the games and just give Gears everywhere. And I want to see Gears on a Switch too. Yeah, it does. That does look good. Well, Grinders, thank you. Hit that like button, Grinders. And it's going to be a rocky, interesting, crazy road, but we have some incredible games to play and incredible games to share. And keep it locked here at the Gaming Grindhouse. An awesome song just released. I gave it to everybody. So enjoy that. And VIPs, Ultimate Grinders, you're going to get some new songs coming your way. So hit that like button. We're counting away about 45 more VIPs away from the next emoji. So we're cooking there. And keep it locked here at the Gaming Grindhouse. Thank you for all the support. And hit that like. And I'll talk to everybody soon. Good night. We'll hit you out with that new song on the way out, Grinders, because it is the banger of bangers. Hit me.
Taking those mushrooms, money in my hands, Nintendo cooking, stirring up finesse, Switch 2 dreams, upgrades no less, from 8-bit coins to pixel fame, every jump's got purpose, ain't playing no game, I'm the boss of bosses, stacking the vault, they say it's greedy, I call it results. Super Mario money, I want it all, from the tallest tower to the dungeon hall, Koopas can't stop me, I'm making it rain, got a mansion of gold and a legacy to claim. From 8-bit coins to pixel fame, every jump's got purpose, ain't playing no game. I'm the boss of bosses, stacking the vault, they say it's greedy, I call it results. Super Mario money, I want it all, from the tallest tower to the dungeon hall. Koopas can't stop me, I'm making it rain, got a mansion of gold and a legacy to claim.
it for a shitload of money.